Hello, Professor. Hello, GA. So today we are going to discuss about the case study assignment video presentation of the Titanic dataset. So we are related to the group 6, and my team members are Arjun Yadav and Venkat Krishna and Vinit Kumar and my Chittimalli and myself, Sai Venkateswaru. So in this project, we gone through the different techniques of the acquiring techniques to extract the data from the files, and we use some logistic regression models on types, applications, limitations, advantages and disadvantages, and how the model is applied to the real world data science problems, logical regressions and other models applied to Titanic dataset. So these are the workflow stages which has been there in the given link, and we followed what are the consideration questions which we need to consider for the complete this Titanic data set, and acquiring the acute training and testing data, and Wrangler prepare and cleanness the data, and analyzing the identify patterns and explore the data, model predict and solve the problems, visualization report present the problem solving steps and final solutions. So so these are all these 7 goals which we need to consider while dealing with any data set to perform data analysis. One is classifying, one is correlating, one is converting, another one is completing, and the one is correcting and creating and charting. So classifying. So here we classify the data sets, what type of data we need to require, and what correlating. So we need to take about the relation between the attributes in the CSV files, and converting. So we need to make the proper conversions while dealing with the data when we are showing data in the plots. So likewise, completing, correcting, and creating charting. So charting is like showing the data in the plots, selecting the correct plot for the required data. So creating. So here, so we are creating the reports. We are generating the SQLs based on the logic which we have implemented in the Python code. So from there, we can try to translate the data, we'll show data into the plots. Let's move on to another one. So these are all the questions which we have considered in this project: the set of passengers, list of practice examples, and how many passengers has been served and not served, and perform future correlation analysis for readability in numerous plots we used instead of overlays. So
hello everyone.
From here onwards, my friend Vinit Reddy will follow. Please follow.
Hello everyone, myself Vinit. Now I am going to discuss about the acquired training and testing data. In this PPT, we have taken 2 data sets. That is, one is train.csv and the other one is test.csv. First, we will train the data, and later we'll send it to a test, and finally we'll combine both the data sets. Next slide, please. So below we are going to see some of the graphs, right, and some tables. Like one of the table tells about the total females has survived and the males was survived. If we compare both, like female has survived around 75%, whereas males only survived like 19%. Next slide, please. Now I'm going to discuss about the Wrangle data. Regarding our data sets and solution needs, we have gathered several assumptions and conclusions. To get to them, we did not have to modify a single feature or value thus far. And let us now put our judgments and assumptions into action to rectify, create, and complete our objective. In this, we have used pandas, numpy, and random as a tools, which we use in these data sets. Next slide, please. correcting by dropping features. Like this is a excellent place to start. We can cope with fewer data points by removing features. It simplifies the analysis and speed up our notebook. There are two tools, that is cabin and ticket features, which will be removed based on assumption and conclusion. Next slide, please. Creating new feature, extracting from existing. Like before deleting the name and the passenger ID features, we want to see if the name feature can be built to extract titles and examine the association between the titles and survivability. Now we are going to observe on three things. One is title, age, and survey. The vast majority of titles approximately ban age groups. Master title, for example, like a 5-year age or 10-year age. And next one is the title age ban as varying levels of survival. Next slide, please. Now I'm converting a categorical feature. As a result, we'll be able to meet our aim of finishing the feature. We can now turn strings into numerical values in features that contain them. Most model algorithms need these steps. In this, we have taken female as a 1 and a male as a 0. Now I'm handing to one of my colleague, that is Mahesh.
Hello everyone, this is Mahesh, and I'm going to explain about the completing and numerical continuous features in this slide. So here we should now begin estimating and filling in missing or null values in future. We should start with the age feature. To finish a numerical continuous feature, there are three options. Like one easy method is to generate random numbers between mean and standard deviation. In method 1 and 2, that must be combined and use random numbers between mean and standard deviation, depending on steps of p class and gender combinations. Like instead of estimating age values based on the median, there is a random noise will be introduced into our models using method 1 and 3. Here multiplex execution may produce different results, and here like we picked method 2. So coming to the next slide, there is a quick completing and converting a numerical feature. We are simply updating a single value. We are not building an intermediate new feature or performing any future correlation analysis to guess the missing feature. To complete object ensure the model method can function on null values, which is necessity. Coming to the next slide, we have like analyze, identify patterns, and explore the data, where we divided into three types, like analyze by the nature of data, like analyzed by the visualized data, and we also have like analyzed by pivot data in the next slide. Like analyzing by the nature of data, like it has many features. Like the first one is a categorical feature, like sex, p class, etc. And the second one is like numerical features, like age, fare, and patch, etc. And the third one is mixed features, like passengers or like passenger tickets. Analyzed by visualization data, the other one is like correlating categories features, numerical features, and mixed features. That means like here we are mixing up every data. Coming to the next slide, we'll have the pivoting table. Here is the pivoting table. So analyzing the future correlation by pivoting the futures against each other. Like that means like we mix it between categorical futures and combining each and everything. And pivot table will be sorted in multi-index object. And the remaining part will be continued by Arjun.
Thanks, Mahesh. Good evening, all. Here, the process data which we got as a reference from Kaggle dataset, we can visualize the report by using multiple visual tools which we learned during this course. And in this example, they have used SNS tool to visualize the data in different aspects. in the first graph shows the survival of different class people, like P class people 1, 2, 3, and the survival is 0 or 1. And they have taken the graph between the class and the number of survivors. And for the visualization, SNS, they have used Seaborn tool and Matplotlib to plot the different plots as per the data which we got. These are the simple visualization tools used to explore the data in detail to get some idea. Can you please go to next slide? These are also the other tools for plotting bar graphs and plotting the line graphs to have in detail analysis for the data. These are the simple visualization graphs for different cases. Like the first graph shows for P class for survival 1 and 2, 0 and 1, and the other graph describes the graph for male. The two colors describe, one is for male and the female survivors, and the other bar plot gives the different for different sections of data. They have plotted the plots. Next slide. And after that, logistic regression, this is one of the machine learning tool which they have applied this given data set to the machine learning tool to test and train the data to have, by looking the historical data points, we can assist forecast the likelihoods of the events by using by training the existing data by using this logistic regression algorithm. This is a supervised learning approach which will be helpful in different kind of applications like healthcare, credit score, and hotel booking applications, etc. Next slide. The main problem is that to determine the relation, the main thing to concentrate is to determine the relation between the output and the other variables and quantities. Like for each type of data set, we have multiple rows and columns. Based on that, we need to select the main criteria to select the machine learning algorithm is to have the, for which kind of data we need to apply which kind of logic that has to be finalized. And for logistic regression confidence, for this case, when they have used logistic regression, they have got a confidence score of 80.36, which shows that that means the machine the data set is trained the machine with an efficiency of 80.36% by estimating the probabilities and the logic functions. These values are attained, and the main confidence value refers here is that when we give a similar kind of problem to the machine, so that it can give 80% of efficient results in future. Next slide, please. And the logic and coming to the conclusion, the main we can conclude that the given data set in the reference Kaggle is the Titanic data set, which they have applied different data analysis tools and techniques for data wrangling and data visualization. They have used Panda and NumPy, and different data analytical tools are applied to visualize the data in different kinds, to go depth into the data and to analyze what kind of approaches they got. And they have applied few multiple machine learning techniques, which one of the techniques they have used is logistic regression, which is a best machine learning approach. They have got a confidence value of 80.36. They have got, and even they have got multiple confidence values for different algorithms. It is not final to say that this is the best suitable regression model for this case, but there are multiple, but this is one of the best, we can say that. Next. And these are the references we have used. We have given one Kaggle data set and other references we have used. And thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.